Hey guys, my name is Jordan Arianna and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I give myself an at-home manicure. Even before the pandemic hit, I stopped going to nail salons a long time ago, mostly because I don't put acrylics on my nails anymore, so it just really didn't seem worth it. So I started just doing my nails myself, and honestly, since then my nails have been healthier and they grow a lot faster, so I just haven't gone back. So this is the finished product of what my nails look like. They're very shiny and opaque, and I'm very happy with the end result. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more videos from me. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so this is what my nails are looking like right now. I recently just trimmed them all so that I can have a nice even length to start growing them back out. They've honestly grown out quite a bit from the last time I cut them, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm going to soak my nails in some room temperature water just to soften the cuticles and soften my nails to prep them for filing. Now I'm going to take some Vaseline to moisturize my nail beds and my hands. Unlike lotion, I find that Vaseline still kind of keeps my hands moisturized after I wash them. Next, I'm going to use this tool. On this end, I use it to clean underneath my nails, and then on this end, I use it to push back my cuticles. Next tool I'm going to use is this cuticle cutter. I don't actually use it to cut my cuticles because I've just heard pretty bad things about that. So I do use it to just kind of clean up the dead skin around my nails and then any like extra pieces I see kind of hanging off. So this is the first nail file I'm using. It's one of those that has like 8 different sections. I use the medium and the fine section to go in on my nails. I find that works the best without being too rough. Then I go in with like your typical emery board file. I find that this one is kind of easier to maneuver around the edges. So this is what they are looking like after they're all filed. I try and make sure I file in just one direction so I'm not weakening the nail. Then I'm using this 100% acetone nail polish remover to clean off all of the Vaseline so my nails aren't oily and the polish will actually stick to them. Then I go back in with these other sections on the file for removing the ridges and kind of smoothing, and I just go back in on top of each nail to buff it out. After I'm done buffing out each nail, I will go ahead and wash my hands. That's the main reason I like to use Vaseline because, as you'll see, I think that my hands still stay nice and moisturized after. Alright, so now it's finally time to start polishing. This is what I use for my base coat, the Nail Envy by OPI. This is really one of my favorite products, and I really see a difference in my nail growth when I use it. It has some kind of protein in it, so it really helps, just keeps your nails strong. And it goes on super thin, so I like it so it doesn't feel heavy as a base coat. So my base coat is all finished. As you can see, they're nice and shiny, and it dries super fast so I can touch them, and it's only been a few minutes. This is the nail polish I'm using. I really like having black short nails. This is from Sally Hansen, the Insta Dry, and the shade is called Black to Black. So the best technique to have them looking as salon fresh as possible is to kind of try and push the polish up against the cuticle rather than starting the brush at the cuticle and then dragging it down. So that's what I'm doing. I don't really care if I'm messing up on the sides, but I really don't want to get the paint on my cuticle. Also, I started with my pinky finger so that I'm not hovering over my fingers while they're wet as I go down and paint them. And then I'm also painting my right hand first. My right hand is my dominant hand because it'll be easier for me to paint my left hand while my right hand is wet rather than vice versa. And then I try and prop my thumb onto something so that I'm not messing up my other fingers while I'm awkwardly trying to paint my thumb. So this is what both my hands look like after the first coat. Now I'm going to go back in and do the exact same thing for the second coat. This is what we are looking like after 2 coats. I try and let it dry about 3 minutes in between. Not too dry though, because I do want the top coat to kind of melt everything together. This is what we're using, the Speed Setter top coat from Essie. I really like this because we just want to make everything dry as fast as possible, and anything that helps that is great. After I put that top coat on and let it dry for about a minute, I'm going to put my hands in some cold water. This I found is so helpful in letting your nails dry to the touch and not having them be able to smudge as much afterwards. So I just let this kind of soak in there really as long as I can without my fingers feeling like super numb and they're going to fall off. So I've already cleaned up my left hand, and my right hand still is very rough, as you can see, but my left hand, I went in and cleaned up the edges a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to my right hand. I have this little brush that I use. It's kind of like, I think it's like an eyeliner brush. But I just dip that in the acetone and just clean up the edges a little bit, making sure I'm not taking off the polish on my nail. But I really like this small little brush because it's super precise and it's angled, so I find that it's super easy for cleanup. So here I'm just showing you my pinky kind of got smudged a little bit, mostly because this polish is kind of old, so the brush was stuck on my nail. But what I do is just take some acetone and kind of just dab at the nail, and that smooths it out very easily. You can use your finger too if you want, but I just am using this brush right now. But yeah, don't just like paint over it. Just take some acetone or nail polish remover and it'll smooth it right out. Alright, so the final step for me would just be to wash my hands with some warm to hot water. That way any nail polish that's left on my skin will just peel right off. But as you can see, it looks great. They're nice and shiny, and I can touch them without them smudging, which is so great. Well, that wraps up this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!